Bonjour everyone, I am your humble French tarot reader Marine, and today we're going to be doing your September 2025 months ahead reading. We're going to be looking at the energies of the month of September for you. We'll be looking at different areas of your life: home, work, love, friendship, spirituality, so you get a good breakdown at different areas of your life of the energies of the month of September for you, so you can have the best months ahead possible. We'll pull some advice from your guides on how to navigate this month, how to really have the best month of September for you. If you're new here, a huge welcome. I do those monthly guidance every month, so make sure to subscribe. In the description box, you're going to find all the names I'm going to be using today. You'll find my second channel, The Waves of Your Soul, where I share with you my passion for tarot and oracle decks. And if you don't know how pick a pile reading works, you're going to see it's super simple. In front of you, you have 3 different piles. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Today we have 3 different cards and 3 different crystals. All you need to do is intuitively choose the pile that is calling out to you today, as this is where your reading will be. If you're called to more than one pile, it's okay. You can watch several and then take what resonates and leave the rest. So for today, I felt called to work with this beautiful oracle, which is all about landscapes and nature, actually called l'Oracle Harmonie de la Nature. It's a French deck. It's very beautiful. I'll make sure to leave the name of it in the description box. Put 3 cards that you guys can choose from. So let's get into it. For my pile number 1, you can choose thanks to this particular landscape, which is a forest. The keyword is power, and that's what the card looks like. And the crystal associated for my pile number 1 is a piece of Red Jasper. For my pile number 2, the card associated is this beautiful landscape. The keyword is the beauty of life. And the crystal associated for my pile number 2 is a piece of Lapis Lazuli. So if this particular card or is this crystal are calling to you, your message could be in pile number 2. Finally, for my pile number 3, we have this beautiful grassy field, and the keyword is exchange. The crystal associated for my pile number 3 is a piece of moss agate. So if this crystal or particular card are calling to you, your message could be in pile number 3. If you need a little bit more time to decide the pile that is calling out to you, I invite you to pause the video, take some deep breaths, unclench your jaws, relax your shoulders, and come back to the waves of your soul. And for everyone else, you can head to the timestamps that will take you straight to your pile, and I'll see you in your reading starting now. Okay, my pile number 1, welcome to your reading. If you chose the piece of Red Jasper, which looked like this, or if you chose this particular card, then this is going to be the reading for you. As you can see, I have some pre-pulled oracle cards. We'll discover them together towards the end of the reading, so I'm going to leave them on the side for now. And we're going to start with this little board I made. I wanted to do things a little bit differently. I try and make all of my monthly readings different, so it's more fun for you and for me. And so I made this little board, as you can see, and we're going to be using this mini tarot deck that I have. It's called the Everybody's Tarot. It's super cute, and we're just going to be pulling a card for each area of your life so that we can really get a good overview as to what's going on for my pile number 1 for the month of September. And then we will add some other cards and check out your oracle cards to get advice. But we'll start with this overview of the energies split by different categories. So let's get into it. We'll start at the top with home. So let's get into it. For my pile number 1 for September, what is going on in your home life? We have the 9 of Pentacles. Beautiful. We love to see it. Let's continue. For work, I'll pull it all and then I'll tell you what I'm picking up on. For work, we have 8 of Pentacles. Okay. It's a Pentacles heavy month so far. Challenges. What do we have? Queen of Pentacles. Okay. I'm sensing a theme here, you guys. For friendship, what do we have for friendship for my pile number 1? 7 of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. Okay. What is going on? So many Pentacles. Okay. Spirituality. We have death. Okay. For self, for my pile number 1, We have Page of Pentacles, another Pentacles card, you guys. Okay, for your love, okay, we have a jumper for love. We have the High Priestess, beautiful. And finally, for opportunities, we have another jumper. We have the Empress. Okay, the first thing that's calling out to me is this, and I know there's a lot of pentacles and we'll get back into it, but I want to talk about this spirituality with the Death card, because this is very interesting for me. When I see this Death card coming in as a spirituality, it's like I see this as the death of an old belief and the birth of a new belief. So I feel like my pile number 1 for the month of September is deciding to adopt a new core belief that is gonna really impact the day-to-day life, your work life, your financial life, your environment, the way that you deal with actual day-to-day matters. There's something here relating to adopting a new core belief, I'm sensing, that is related to wanting to attract more abundance. And that because we do have the Empress in opportunities, which to me really relates to this idea of you being more open to abundance, being more open to receive, I'm hearing. So I would not be surprised if in the month of September, my pile number 1 decides to let go of an outdated belief and take on a new one that could be related to your worth, what you deserve, but also potentially something that relates to, again, day-to-day life, work life. So examples could be you decide to adopt the belief that you deserve to make more money. You decide to adopt the belief of you deserve a job you love, or you deserve a home that you feel good in, or you deserve to take better care of your body. Whatever it is that you want to really tackle in the sense of, again, this material life, this day-to-day life, I see my Palme one really focused on embracing a new belief that will help you receive more abundance and will help you readjust your day-to-day life to fit you better. And that comes with a death of the ego almost, or a death of an outdated belief, which is where I see this spirituality and death card here. There's really a sense of a new start in the sense of how you approach your day-to-day life, how you approach your routine, maybe how you approach your work, maybe how you approach your physical health journey, maybe how you approach taking care of yourself, maybe how you approach moving on through your day-to-day. We do have the Page of Pentacles as self. So for me, it's literally this idea of a fresh start. So maybe some of you are changing jobs, applying for new jobs. Maybe some of you are looking for a new home. Maybe you're looking at changing the way things are in your home, decluttering, changing things around. Some of you might be deciding to sign up for a gym class because you have been thinking about wanting to get more active. There could be a desire to save more money and make a plan, like make a spreadsheet, take a look at your budget and really tackle your finances. Maybe some of you in the month of September are going to feel really called to, I don't know, book an appointment, like book some checkups with the doctors and stuff like that, or that you've been thinking about doing for ages, or you're finally booking that appointment with your accountant to get your finances straight, or you're getting your papers in order. You potentially are, again, like I said, applying for a course, applying for a job, asking for a promotion, asking to change teams at work. There's really an idea here. Maybe some of you are launching your own business or launching a side hustle. There's something here from my pile number 1 that's really heavily focused in the month of September around starting a new chapter specifically related to material life, finances, day-to-day routine, work, your home, all of those things. Especially, again, because we have the Page of Pentacles as a sense of self, which is like a fresh start. We do see that there's definitely big focus on home and work, right? For home, we have the 9 of Pentacles. You guys are really focused on wanting to feel comfortable at home, wanting to feel good at home, which is why I really see some of you potentially moving to a home that is more aligned with you. You're moving somewhere that feels better aligned with you. You're maybe finally able to renovate a part of your home that you've been wanting, or you're maybe finally able to pay for something for your home that you've been wanting, as well as work. I see you guys locked in. You're really focused, wanting to fructify your efforts. You're very focused in your career life. There's this idea of being locked in for my pile number 1. So those two areas are very important for the month of September. We could have people who decide to go back to school. We could have people who decide, again, I'm seeing even people launching their business, launching their side hustle, taking a course. All of those things would be a great time for you in the month of September. There's very good energies for that for you guys. In terms of challenges, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Because there's going to be some changes and this new belief adopting regarding your day-to-day life, this new routine, this new work routine, or this new environment you're creating for yourself, it can take time to adapt to change. And why, I don't know, for example, let's say some of you are changing jobs. Of course, there's going to be a period of time, the first few weeks, where you're a little bit uncomfortable. You are trying to find your place. You don't know your colleagues. Maybe you are doing something different than your other job. Maybe you've been out of a job for a little bit. So starting again can feel a little bit scary. Some of you, if you are moving home, changing home, then of course you are a little bit lost in your routine. You have to find the best route to work. You have to find again the shops you like to go and the restaurants you like to go to, and just getting used to new environment, getting used to new things. It can feel a little bit uncomfortable, right? There's this growing pains that come with that, especially when it deals to day-to-day matters. Let's go back to the example of someone really wanting to get a little bit healthier or more physically active, and they're deciding to join the gym, for example, which they've never done before. The first few times you're going to go, it's going to feel very overwhelming, scary. You might be in a lot of pain afterwards. It might feel a bit overwhelming not knowing anyone. So there's going to be the challenge here around getting used to new routine, right? When it's something we don't talk about often in tarot readings and things like that, but it is still, of course, very much part of our day-to-day life. Taking on a new routine, whether it's in your job, in your day-to-day life, in your physical health, in your finances, whatever it is, that can be scary, it can be overwhelming, and it's hard. So that's the challenge for you guys, is just getting through those growing pains. I see you eventually feeling so much better at this new place, this new job, this new home, whatever it is. I see you really enjoying yourself, feeling more abundant. So it's definitely a good move you guys are making, but there is this growing pain period where, of course, you're going to have to get through the unknown, right? and try and find potentially ways to be comfortable outside of your comfort zone, which is not necessarily always easy. Let's talk about friendship and love, a little bit more about interpersonal relationship. For friendship, we have the Seven of Pentacles. This is interesting. For me, I see this as potentially because you guys are very focused around, again, this idea of either home or work or finances or day-to-day routine. There's definitely something that is taking a lot of your energy. If we go back to the example of someone moving or someone changing job or someone launching their side hustle or even someone who's renovating their home or whatever it may be, that takes a lot of energy, right? So that might leave a little bit less time for seeing friends, spending time with friends. With the Seven of Pentacles, I see this as a little bit of a pause. Your friendships are still there. They are still blooming. There's no bad blood here. There's no drama or anything. It just might be the months where you have a little bit less time to spend time with your friends, to see your friends, because you're focused elsewhere. So it's almost like this part of your life is a little bit on stasis. Your friends are still there. Your support group is still there. You might just be a little bit less involved because you're spending your energy elsewhere. You might have less time. You might be busy elsewhere, and that is totally okay. For the love part of your life, so romantic relationship, we have the High Priestess. For those of you who are in a relationship, I see this as, again, a desire to focus a little bit more on yourself. Again, doesn't mean that anything bad is happening into your couple or anything like that. It just might be a month where you have a little bit less time to focus on your partner as you are focused on you, trying to make the changes you want for your life, as we've talked about. So it might be a month where you're a little bit more introspective, you're spending a bit more time focusing on what it is you want. For those of you who are looking for love, again, I don't see this month as potentially the months where you're going on a ton of dates or anything like that, as I see you guys having other concerns. Really here we're talking when love and the High Priestess meets. It's more about how can I bring the love I need and desire to myself so that I can grow into the person I need to be at this moment in time. So it's a little bit more of an introspective energy, but again, potentially what you need in order to receive the abundance, the growth, and the changes that you guys are desiring. So really beautiful month for you guys. I see lots of opportunities, specifically big theme around, we talked about home, work, finances, day-to-day career, everything like that. I see you guys adopting a new belief, a core belief that will really help you start this fresh chapter in your day-to-day life, which is awesome. And so let's pull a couple of tarot cards to get other information about your month, and then we will move on to some advice from your guides. So I'm going to use this particular deck. This is the Magical Arcana Tarot, and I want to ask, what is your strength this month, my pile number one? So let's see. Whoop! What is your strength this month? We have the Ace of Pentacles, and we have the Four of Cups. Pentacles, we've talked about it since the beginning. It's really a fresh start when it comes to day-to-day finances, career, physical health, routine, home life. There's something really here related to your day-to-day life. Change your routine, sign up to a gym class, whatever it is. There's a fresh start here, and that's going to be your strength, pouring energy into this fresh routine. I mean, September is going back to school as well, so maybe some of you are going back to school, and this is why your routine is changing. You've been on holiday, now you're back to this like school mode, which would make a lot of sense. We also have the Four of Cups. Again, an invitation to not waste your energies into places and areas that don't necessarily need that energy right now. So we've talked about it. Potentially, this is the month where you're spending a lot of energy in your work life, home life, career, school life, etc., and not necessarily the months where you are spending a lot of energies on your interpersonal relationship or your romantic partnerships. That doesn't mean that nothing is happening. It doesn't mean that there's any bad blood, there's any drama. It just might be the months where you have a little bit less energy to spend on those areas of your life related to interpersonal relationships, because you're more focused on this fresh start, this new routine, and that's okay. Obviously, there's moments in our life where we have, when we have a lot going on, we have to figure out where we are going to spend our energy. This is also an advice as to don't feel guilty, don't feel bad, don't feel ashamed for maybe not being as present for your friends, or maybe not being able to spend as much time with your romantic partner. This is all temporary, right? This is just the month of September. You need that time of adaptation. Doesn't make you a bad person for having to focus a little bit more on this area of your life than others. So this is also a little bit of an advice of don't beat yourself up, don't feel ashamed, don't feel guilty. You're focusing on what needs to be done, and then on the other side of that, remember you have the Empress, so more abundance, more comfort, a sense of relief, a sense of belonging, a sense of I'm finally doing something that makes me feel good. So all of these energies will not be in vain. Your rewards, your efforts will definitely be rewarded, my Palm one. Let's pull a couple of cards around what you're invited to focus on. I think we have a good idea with like this top part here, but see anything else you're invited to focus on this month? Any advice from your guide? What do we have? Look, we have the Empress again. So truly, this is the month to embrace a new mindset of abundance, a new mindset of cultivating a sense of self-worth, right? So if you're desiring changes at work, remember your worth. Don't sell yourself short. Don't feel like you have to shrink yourself. Potentially, this is the month where you can ask for promotion. Maybe this is a month where you are raising your prices in your business. Maybe this is a month where you are launching a product that is a little bit more expensive, or you are launching a service that is a bit more exclusive, the price that might be higher than your other prices, but that is really going to attract certain clients and is really going to make a difference. Maybe this is a month where you are deciding to pour a lot of energy in your home life, and you're finally able to move into the home that you desire, or we've talked about it, like get your finances in order so that you can get the purchases you want. This is really the month to focus on creating the environment, the routine, the home life, all of those things that you feel like you deserve. If you are going back to school, then this is really the month to celebrate that, celebrate the fact that you're taking that chance, and cultivate ways where you can feel worthy of this change, where you can nurture your sense of self, and you can really like embrace this Empress energy. You have to impress. So I really want you to remember that all these efforts you're pouring in the month of September, my Palm One, are not going to be in vain. You will be rewarded. This potentially step outside your comfort zone, this new outlook, this fresh start is really going to pay off, and it's going to change the direction of the rest of your year. So that's wonderful. I'm super excited for you guys. That's really amazing. Let's look at your oracle cards that I had pre-pulled and not yet looked at them. We're going to discover them together. So remember the card you had chosen was power, which is exactly what you're going to need this month. Right now that we've pulled all your cards, we see it. This is a month where you are invited to give yourself the power and also give yourself the chance to grow like those trees, right? You are pouring efforts to help yourself grow in areas of your life that matter to you. Specifically, we've talked about it related to your day-to-day routine, material life, and your efforts are going to pay off. So we love that. We are going to check out your other cards. What do we have? Wish yourself the best. Exactly. This is not the month to doubt yourself, to shrink yourself, to sell yourself short. You have to dream big, my Palm One. You have to take chances, and you have to wish yourself the best. You are capable. It's going to require hard work. It's going to require time. It's going to require effort. But on the other side of that, you had double Empress. So truly, there's opportunities for you to achieve what it is you want. And it comes from, with this wish yourself the best, it comes from truly this change of perspective. We've talked about it, of finally deciding to adopting a new outlook, whatever that is, whether it's the outlook of I deserve a job I love, I deserve to be in a body I love, I deserve to have a routine that makes me happy, I deserve to be in a home where I feel good. Whatever it is, this is the new outlook you're embracing, and it's because it comes from a sense of worthiness and a sense of wanting to take care of yourself, of wishing yourself the best. And it's really related to, this test in spirituality that we've talked about. So beautiful. I love that for you guys. Let's see what else. We have the outlaw. Okay, this is interesting. For the outlaw for my Palm One, I see this as potentially, again, we have this shoe here, which is almost inviting you to take the first step outside your comfort zone, step outside the door. This is an encouragement to be bold, to be brave, and to put your big boots on also. This is a month to really, I'm hearing roll up your sleeves and get that done. So this is a month where, you're going to potentially have to pour more effort. Whatever it is you're wanting to achieve, it might require effort, might require time, but it comes from an inner desire to finally find your place. When I see this outlaw card, I see this as people wanting to find where they belong, and if they can't find it, they will create that place for themselves. And that's exactly what I see you guys doing. So if you've been in a job that has been not a match for you, you feel like you're really not happy there, maybe this is a month where you decide to create your own business and create the kind of activity where you can bloom and be yourself and be truly happy. If it's related to, again, a home or environment, this is maybe the month where you decide to create the spaces for you if you cannot find the places that are a match for you. This is an invitation to step outside your comfort zone and create the environment, the jobs, the routines, whatever it is that are a match for you, right? The outlaw decides to walk to the beat of their own drum, and that's your advice as well for my Palm One, is to follow your own voice, walk to the beat of your own drum, pay attention to what it is you want to do, create the spaces for you, and truly step outside your comfort zone and see where this adventure will take you. That's what I'm seeing as the outlaw, and that's the archetype you're invited to embody this month, which is really beautiful. Okay, last advice from your guides, and then we'll wrap it up with a little oracle card. What do we have for my pile number 1? We have get out of your head. I love that. Get out of your head and act, my pile number 1, right? It's the month to, we've talked about it. It's not the month for overthinking, for doubting yourself or anything like that, for weighing pros and cons. It's the month to act. It's the month to do. It's the month to focus, to make the changes, to take a chance, to wish yourself the best, and to realize that you deserve better and that you deserve more if that's what you want. So I have this little advice here. Get out of your own head. And again, I love how the colors between this one and this one are really resonant. Really cool months for you. I'm excited. I can't wait to read your comments and see what it is you have planned. I really hope this reading is resonating with you. We're going to wrap things up with a little oracle card, a little mantra for you. Last advice from your guides for your month of September. What do we know? What do we have? We have, I take a big breath and remember who the fuck I am. Exactly. Double Empress, you guys. This is it. Remember who the F you are. You've got this. You have a big month ahead. You can make the changes you want. You can create the day-to-day life that you desire, that you want. And you've got this, my pile number 1, truly. So I hope this reading resonated. I hope it brought you something of value. It was really a joy for me to do this. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, if it resonated, don't hesitate to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Those are all free ways to support my work. Thank you so much for being here. I want to wish you a beautiful month ahead of September. Until next time, I'm sending you so much good vibes and keep navigating the waves of your soul. Bye! Okay, my pile number 2, welcome to your reading. If you chose the Lapis Lazuli, or if you chose this particular card, which again was called The Beauty of Life, then this is going to be the reading for you. As you can see, I've got some pre-pulled oracle cards under there. I haven't looked at them. We're going to discover them together at the end. But I wanted to start by using this little board I made. You guys know, if you watch my videos, I try and change things up for all of my readings so that you don't get bored and so that it keeps things interesting for me and for you. So I made this little board and we're going to be looking at each areas of your life by pulling some tarot cards from this adorable mini deck. It's the Everybody's Tarot mini edition. It's super cute. So we're going to pull a card for each area of your life, as you can see, and it's going to give us a good overview as the month of September, what's going on for you guys in each areas. So we're going to start at the top. I'm going to pull everything and then I'll tell you what I get. So let's get into it. For my pile number 2 for the month of September for home, we have 4 of Swords, okay. For work, let's see for work what's going on for my pile number 2. For work, we have Queen of Swords, okay. Challenges for my pile number 2 in the month of September, 9 of Wands, okay. For friendship, we have the Page of Swords. A lot of swords for you guys. Interesting. Spirituality, let's see. Spirituality for my pile number 2, we have 7 of Wands. Let's see for the self. For self, we have 2 of Pentacles. Interesting. For love, what is going on for love for my pile number 2? We have the Ace of Cups. Okay, beautiful. And then opportunities. We have the 2 of Swords. That literally jumped out. I didn't even have to pull. Because of these 2 twos here for my pile number 2, which is actually, you guys are pile number 2. There's 2 twos. It's interesting. There's a big, I don't know if number 2 or 22 is important for you guys, but that could be an important number. 22nd of September, 2nd of September, that's coming through. Just a side note, with these two cards, 2 of Pentacles in the self, and the 2 of Swords with the opportunities. I'm getting the feeling that you guys leading to September might have been feeling a little bit in the fog, if I can say that. There might have been situations concerning your life that have felt very unclear, that have felt a little bit foggy, where you have felt a little bit lost, or like you didn't have much power. I don't know, maybe it could have been regarding your job, regarding your health, regarding your relationships, regarding your personal development. There's an idea here of not having had, is that even English? Not having had much control recently in terms of your areas of your life, and feeling a little bit lost in the fog, feeling a little bit confused as to where you're meant to head next, being a bit lost in the maze. I'm picking up for my pile number 2, leading to September. In the month of September, I see the fog clearing up, and I see you being able to finally take a decision or make a change or getting an answer or getting a green light or finally finding the way out of that maze so that you can move on and you can finally leave this confusion, leave this fog, leave this place of feeling a little bit lost and unsure as to what is the next step. So the first thing really I'm hearing from my pile number 2 is if recently, the last few weeks, months, even since the whole year, whatever it may be, you've been feeling a bit lost as to what your next step is. You're not really sure where you're meant to pour your efforts in. You have been feeling like you haven't had much control over certain things in your life. I really want you to hear that in the month of September, things are clearing out, because in my mind's eye, I'm seeing the fog, I'm literally seeing a field and the fog is being pushed by the wind. So there's an opportunity in the month of September to leave that maze, to find a way out of this confusing place and to take action, I'm hearing. Very interesting. This is coming from a place of also potentially desiring change, right? In the challenges, we have the 9 of Wands. I feel like my pile number 2 has been going through it a little bit. The 9 of Wands often relate to times where we've had to be very resilient or patient or just hanging in there. And sometimes we've been pushed to truly have to dive deep into our inner reserves and find ways where we can keep going. And even when we're not really sure where we're meant to go, we have to keep that trust, keep that push, keep that fuel, that inner fire, which can be exhausting. And so this is where I really feel like potentially my pile number 2 last few weeks or months, whatever it is, have been going through this potentially harder time in your life. Again, this confusing time, or this potentially moment in your life where you've had not much power or control over what it is you want to do. That's the challenge. The challenge is to keep going because truly I want to reiterate the fact that there is a sense of a fog clearing out for you guys. We have the 2 of Pentacles and the 2 of Swords. Finally, you're able to make a decision. You're able to pick the sword for you. You're able to take action. You're able to find the right job. You're able to find the next step. You're finally getting a green light for something. You're finally hearing back from someone. You're finally making a decision for yourself. Whatever it is, there's movement forward, right? That's coming through. Spiritually, this is leading to, with the 7 of Wands, again, an idea of you've been resilient, stood up for yourself, you haven't given up, and that is paying off. This idea of the fact that you have continued to walk through the maze and you couldn't find a way out, but you didn't give up. You kept going, you kept pushing, you kept hoping, you kept trying. This is finally the time where things are paying off. I want you to know that the month of September should be easier on your mental health and on your just general well-being, because we do have the 4 of Swords in the home, meaning that this is truly going to be a month where you're going to be able to relax, chill, potentially take care of yourself. Maybe you'll be having more time for your hobbies. Maybe you'll have more time to just rest, right? With the 4 of Swords here in the home life. And I really think it's this idea of rest and finally being able to breathe, because I see this 4 of Swords as a relief almost. It is coming from the fact that you finally find the way out of the maze, that you're finally able to make the right decision, or you're finally getting the green light, or a door is finally opening, and that is bringing a huge sense of relief. It's like, okay, finally I can move forward. Finally, there's like something is happening that is allowing me to leave this confusing place, this maze, this place full of fog. I finally can see my next step, and that is a huge relief. So beautiful energy for that. For work, we have the Queen of Swords. for me, I see this as an invitation to take action. So this could be where things are moving on. There's two big opportunities here I see for my pile. Number two, where things are happening, it could be related to your interpersonal relationship, your romantic partnerships, we'll talk about it, or it could be related to work. Relating to career and work with the Queen of Swords, this is an invitation to take action. Maybe you've been in a place at work. I'm going to give a very real example of someone who's being told they work for a company, and the last few weeks they were told that there was going to be cuts at work, and that their job position was at risk, for example. I'm not saying this is happening to you, I'm giving you this as an example so you understand the energy. And so for weeks, they haven't known if they were being made redundant or if they were keeping their job. And potentially in the month of September, finally you're hearing an answer. And now, because you have the answer of yes or no, you can move on. You finally know, okay, I'm staying there, so it's good. I can continue working for that company. Or I'm hearing, okay, I'm being made redundant. Well, finally, at least I can start looking for jobs. At least I know where I stand now. I'm hearing, I know where I stand now, and I can take action. I can take back the power. I can finally take the reign, take back control. I see this is the vibe for work. And again, this is just a random example, but I see this idea for my pile number 2 of in the month of September at work, you're able to take back control. So it could also be, for example, you were in a place where you were waiting to hear from a loan, for example, to expand your business. Finally, you're getting the answer from the bank in the month of September. So you're able to make the changes, able to contact the suppliers that you need. Maybe you're finally able to create your own website, whatever it is, because you've had this answer from the bank. There's really truly here an idea of finally, I can take action. Finally, I can take back the reign. Finally, I can make the choice I need. Finally, I can move on with my life and apply that next step, which again brings a sense of relief. You're able to finally get back into being the captain of your own ship after being lost in that maze for a little bit, which is wonderful. Again, I told you it could be related to work or love. For those of you for whom it's relating to personal relationships, with this Ace of Cups, it's also representing this fresh start for you guys in your personal relationship, in your romantic partnership. So it might be that you are finally meeting the right person. For those of you who were single, let's say you were going on dates and you weren't sure if your crush, if things were, moving forward, you were in that phase where things were not fully, I will say, official. Potentially in September, you're finally getting that green light of like, okay, we're a couple now. We are starting to make plans. We're starting to be committed to each other, and we're able to move on with our life, knowing that we will be committed and we're going to give our best to cultivate this relationship. So this could be where this kind of power is being given back to you, because you're like, okay, I know now where I stand with this person, etc., etc. Or it could be the other way around, where you were giving a lot of energy to someone and you were not getting much back, but you still weren't sure where they were standing. Maybe in the month of September, you finally realize, you know what, this is going nowhere. I am going to remove myself from this situationship, and I'm going to give myself the love I need to me and remove myself from this relationship, because it's not going anywhere, but at least I know where I stand now, and I can make the changes I need to not waste my time anymore, not waste my energy. So there's really answers coming in for you guys, and almost like revelations. I'm hearing epiphanies that allow my pile number 2 to finally take back the reign, take back control, and take action to reclaim control over your life after, like I was saying, potentially being a bit in a maze for the last few weeks or few months. Finally, with the friendship, with the Page of Swords, we do have here, when this Page of Swords comes up for friendship, I see you being well supported, and I see you here, particularly a friend that will help you make this step ahead, that will help you take action, that will help you take back control. So there's definitely going to be a specific friend in your life who's going to act as this cheerleader of yours, and with whom you can chat and be really honest and really count on their help to push you to act, to give you that impulse to step outside of the maze, to take that first step, to reclaim control. So I really see this Page of Swords as a specific friend who is there to help support you and to help, again, take action. Remember that swords are related to words, right? If you remove the S from the sword suit and you put it at the end, it making words. So with this page of swords, we have page of words as well. And with this, I see someone specifically in your life, a friend, who has the right words for you to give you that impulse you might need to take that chance, to take back control, to reclaim power, and to take action. So beautiful support coming in the form of a specific friend in your life here. Potentially even I'm hearing someone a little bit younger than you that has that useful energy that you might need at this moment in time to dare to be brave. I want to ask, what is going to be your biggest strength this month? So what's going to be your biggest strength in the month of September for my pile number 2? We have the 7 of Wands. We've had the 7 of Wands already. Resilience, pushing forward, standing up for yourself, taking action, reclaiming power, being almost in this warrior-like energy here. That's going to be very much your Enid-like archetype, I think. With the 7 of Wands, there's also this idea of not giving up and of pushing forward and of finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, right? Of finally finding the way out of the maze. So that's your biggest strength this month, my pile number 2, and it really goes back to everything we've talked about. So I love that. A very reminiscent to everything we've talked about. Let's pull some more cards around what should be your focus this month. Where are you meant to focus? Are you meant to focus your energy? We have the 8 of Pentacles. So this is the time to take action and focus energy on what it is you want to grow, specifically related to your day-to-day life. For me, this could go back to this idea of work, reclaiming some power around work, taking some decisions, finally being able to take back the power, finally being able to have some agency, I'm hearing. Specifically for a lot of you, it could be related to your career and your work life. We are going to look at your oracle cards now, see what we have for you guys. I pre-pulled them, but I've not yet looked at them. So we're going to see. Remember, the card that you chose was the beauty of life. Now that I'm seeing your card, it makes sense, right? The clouds are finally being cleared out. The sky is clearing out and you're finally being able to see further ahead. That's you. And from the clouds dissipating, from the fog clearing out, from you finally being able to look ahead and see what the next step should be, it's giving you more appreciation for life's beauty, for life's joy. And this is why you guys were attracted to this card. Now it all makes sense. Now we've done your reading. We can understand absolutely why this particular card was your choice. Let's see, what do we have for you? We have take action. Okay, this is you. You're finally getting that green light. You're finally getting that phone call. You're finally hearing back from the bank. You're finally hearing back from your manager. You're finally hearing back from that date, whatever it is. You're able to take action, to take that first step. You're reclaiming control. We've talked about it. And this is exactly what's going on. Take action. I love that. Okay, so that's the vibe for the month. Let's see what else we have for you guys. We have the Alchemist. Beautiful. With the Alchemist, we have the ability, again, of someone who can alchemize their pain or alchemize their experiences, alchemize failures even potentially, and turn that into gold. There is an idea here of, again, with the Alchemist, for me it's reminiscent of the Magician in tarot, and the Magician is in control. He's able to make a move, he's able to manifest, he's able to create, he's able to alchemize something into something else. Is your archetype for the month, and it's really related to the idea of the Magician being able to have the resources you need, or have the answers you need, or have the energy you need to take that next step, to reclaim control, to take action, to move forward, right? We are getting out of that maze and we're moving forward, my pile number 2. Beautiful. I love that so much. Really beautiful energies for my pile number 2 for the month of September. Let's see. Your last card we have, look, I can't make this shit up, you guys. Action leads to success. We literally have 2 action cards. Take action, action leads to success. Things are moving forward. You're finally, like we've talked about, able to make the right decision, take that first step, reclaim control. You have an answer, you're hearing back, whatever it is, but at least now you can move on and move forward without being in that state of stasis where you felt a little bit lost. and potentially blocked. So awesome energies. We are going to wrap up the reading with a little mantra from this new deck I got not too long ago. It's really cute. You're going to see, very empowering. So let's see if we can get one last little mantra from your guides for the month of September. What does my pile number 2 need to hear? Let's see. What do we have? We have, I am becoming the best version of myself. I love that, exactly. Stand true to yourself. Don't doubt, take action, be bold, be brave, my pile number 2. And I only tolerate what feels right, what feels good, and what feels aligned with my purpose. That is your mantra for the month of September. Absolutely, my pile number 2. Don't forget that. I love that so much. Okay, so you guys, this is what I'm seeing for you for the month of September. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this different way of looking at the energies, this little board and stuff I made. I absolutely love doing this reading for you, so I wanted to say a huge thank you for tuning in. If this reading brought you anything of value, don't hesitate to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Those are all free ways to support my work. Thank you so much for being here. I want to wish you a beautiful month of September ahead. Until next time, keep navigating the waves of your soul. Bye. Okay, my pile number 3, welcome to your reading. If you chose this particular crystal, which was the moss agate, or if you chose this card, then this is going to be the reading for you. As you can see, I have some pre-pulled oracle cards here. We will check them out at the end. I've not yet looked at them, so we're going to discover them together at the end. But before that, I want to do things a little bit differently. You guys know I try and make all of my readings a bit unique. For today, I made this fun board, and I thought we could fill it with this very cute mini tarot deck. It's called the Everybody's Tarot, but it is a mini edition. And we're going to pull a card for each area of your life, so we get a good overview of every aspect of your life for the month of September. So let's get into it. We're going to start by the top and go clockwise. I'm going to pull all the cards and then I'll tell you what I'm getting up in terms of energies for each areas of your life for my pile number 3 for September. So let's see. For home, we have 9 of Cups. Ooh, I love that. Beautiful. Let's see for work for my pile number 3. What do we have for work? We have the Sun. Okay, gorgeous. We love to see it. Challenges. 7 of Swords. Interesting. Let's see for friendship. What do we have for friendships? We have 3 of Swords. Okay, interesting. For spirituality, let's see. We have the King of Wands. Beautiful. Okay, I'm starting to get a bit more of a picture already. For self, we have the 3 of Wands. Yes. Okay, I see where this is going. For love, we have the Tower. Okay, interesting. And for opportunities, we have the 8 of Cups. Wow, okay. For my pile number 3, the month of September, there's definitely a big emphasis around interpersonal relationships potentially changing and you deciding that you want more from a specific relationship with someone and that you decide to potentially walk away from that person or just have a very honest conversation with a person in your life, whether that's a romantic partner, whether that's a friend, someone close to you, someone that you've built a close bond with. There's changes there brewing up. In the month of September, you're finally deciding that you need to have a chat with someone and clear the air, potentially put things down, share what's been on your heart, as we do have 3 of Swords in the friendship and in the love kind of aspect of your life. There is a Tower. So because we have the Tower in the love realm and we have the 3 of Swords in the friendship realm, I see you guys really this month deciding to either clear the air with someone or have an honest chat with someone that has been weighing on your mind. Maybe there's a particular relationship in your life that you feel is unbalanced, where you potentially feel hurt, a person that has hurt your feelings or that has repeatedly disappointed you, whatever it is. There's a sense here of I've had enough and we need to talk. Okay, and it's coming from you. You are clearing the air, and that leads to change. Whether that leads to things improving between you two or you deciding to walk away from that person is going to be up to you. But I see really this impulse to want to initiate change in this particular unbalanced relationship, it's coming from you, and it's coming from a sense of I deserve better. Because we do have in the spirituality the King of Wands. So this month, my pile number 3, in terms of interpersonal relationship, whether that's romance, friendships, whatever, if there's someone in your, or maybe even family, someone in your life, because love can be family, obviously, someone in a particular person in your life with whom things have been conflictual, things have been unbalanced, or they've hurt your feelings, whatever it is, this is a month where you are feeling that impulse to finally tackle that issue and confront that person in the sense of telling them how you feel, explaining that they've hurt you, having that honest conversation, and either healing that relationship, things leading to a resolution, because finally they're realizing, their mistakes, and you guys are able to move forward in a much healthier way, or you deciding to walk away from this relationship because you feel like things are not longer working out. But it's coming from a sense of self that is really initiated by this King of Wands of I deserve better. Okay, so that's very important this month. And this idea of I deserve better is also going to be applicable to all the other areas of your life. We see that for work, particularly, things are going really well, right? With the Sun card, there's a sense that in your career, you're thriving. So whatever it is, whether you guys are looking for a job, you're already in a job, you're applying for jobs, if you have a specific project in mind, whether you're working for yourself, you're working for someone else, whatever it is, career-wise, this is a great month. You're thriving with the Sun card. I see you getting your flowers. If you have any projects where you have to take the lead with the Sun, and especially if you have to be in the center stage, let's say you have to do a presentation, you have to lead a project, you have to do some public speaking, you have to teach a class, or you have to share your experience with people, or you have an important meeting that you're leading, whatever it is, it's a great month for you guys. You are shining bright. People are seeing your light. You're getting your flowers. So honestly, at work, you're thriving, my pile number 3. Great months for work, career, anything like that. Anyone working for themselves in the month of September, I see you guys shining bright, finding the right clients, getting recognition. If you work on social media, I see you being seen more. I see eyes on you, people finding you, finding your products, finding your services. Great months for work and great months for home, because we have the 9 of Cups for the home and like home aspect of your life. And to me, the home card, this is, it's related to this King of Wands. You feel that inner desire, my pile number 3, in the month of September, to stand up for yourself more. Specifically in your dynamics with people, whether that's your colleagues, your friends, your partner, romantic partner, your family, members, whatever it is, we do see that you are initiating change in your interpersonal relationship that is coming from an inner power, an inner fire of I deserve better and I want to stand up for myself. And that is actually leading to a sense of peace with this 9 of Cups, and a sense of happiness, of like, I'm so proud of myself for finally telling that person they hurt me. I'm so proud of myself for finally clearing the air with that person. I'm so proud of myself for walking away from this toxic relationship or this toxic friendship. I'm so proud of myself for speaking to my colleague about this thing that has been bothering me, and we've been able to clear the air, whatever it is. Because you are making changes and initiating changes in your interpersonal relationship, it's actually bringing a big sense of inner fulfillment to yourself. This sense of, I'm so proud of myself. I feel so much comfortable in myself. I'm still so happy. Maybe it's even related to you setting better boundaries for yourself. I'm so proud of myself that I said no to this person, that I've stood up for myself, and I'm no longer going to say yes when I feel like it's a no, right? So that could also be a huge part of this change of dynamic in your personal relationship. Some of you might decide to be a bit less in a role of people pleasers. And this month you're like, you know what? I'm going to learn to say no. And I'm going to learn to not also justify myself and learn to accept that no can be a complete sentence. I don't always have to justify myself. I can set some boundaries and be in a spot where I demand respect from other people, and I don't let people walk over me, if that's something that you guys are struggling with. All of those changes you are initiating in your ability to relate to other people, whether that's in your friendships, at work, in your family, dynamics with your romantic partners, whatever it is, it's leading to a huge sense of accomplishment and of personal evolution where you feel more in touch with yourself, and that's awesome. So really beautiful dynamic for my pile number 3. And look, in the challenges we have 7 of Swords, and in the opportunity we have the 8 of Cups. So truly this is the month where you are invited to walk away from things specifically related to, for me, really going back to this, the dynamics you have with other people, not necessarily walking away from, a specific person, but it could be walking away from a habit of how you deal with conflict. Maybe, again, we've talked about it, walking away from the habits of being people pleasers, maybe finally deciding to walk away from habits of not setting some boundaries and learning how to say no and things like that. This is really the month where you are embodying healthier dynamics with other people through you deciding to choose better for yourself. And we see that with this 8 of Cups as the opportunities and the 7 of Swords as a challenge, because 7 of Swords as a challenge means if you continue to lie to yourself about the fact that there are some things in the way that you deal with others that are not necessarily healthy for you, that could lead to some challenges. But in the opportunities is if you're being very honest with yourself about the fact that there are some things in how you deal with others that could be changed, and there are some attitudes and behaviors that you could adopt that would be better for yourself and for the way that you deal with other people. It will allow you to walk away from those potentially like negative or toxic or draining energies and step into a dynamic in your interpersonal relationships that are much healthier and that are bringing a sense of contentment and joy. Interesting energies for my pile number 3. I hope this resonates. Lastly, I want to tackle this 3 of Wands with the sense of self. Again, it's a reclamation of power here, and we really see you guys wanting to stand up more for yourself. And I also see this as a desire for expansion. So with the sense of self, I associate this with desires, dreams. So we could have people in the month of September who are feeling called to book a plane ticket because you want to see what's out there. You get this call for expansion, for looking beyond your horizon. We could have people who decide to take on a new hobby, who decide to join a class of fun activities they've been thinking about doing. With the 3 of Wands in the sense of self, you're feeling called to expand, to try new things, to go and explore the world, and to have fun and go on an adventure. Okay, so that's also super fun. Again, so that could lead to like travel plans, like I said, maybe starting a new hobby, meeting new people, trying new things, and just making more space in your life for expansion and for adventure, right? Which is really exciting. So I love that. I hope that resonates for you guys. We are gonna pull a couple more tarot cards to look at what is going to be your biggest strength this month, my pile number 3. I think we have a good idea already, but let's see what else we can get. What is going to be your biggest strength this month? Pile number 3. What do we have? Look, we have the 6 of Swords. You're finally moving away from conflict, moving away from things that are unresolved, from wounds that you've been carrying, or from things that have been weighing you down in your mind. And that really relates to, specifically, we've talked about it, how you deal with other people. So you're able to finally leave. I don't know if the last few weeks there's been very conflictual energies at home, or conflictual energies in your friendship, or in your romantic partner. This is a month where things are changing. Things are, there's change here. We had the Tower. Whatever happens, whatever the outcome, there is finally a resolution. Whatever that resolution will be, whether it's you walking away or whether things are finally appeasing and you're able to find a resolution and forgiveness there. Whatever happens, you're moving forward. It's no longer this heavy cloud weighing on your head, and that's wonderful. There's also a sense of relief there, of like finally, we've sorted things out. However, and whatever that means, we've sorted things out, and so that also brings a sense of relief. That's your biggest strength, your ability to finally move forward in that particular realm. Let's see what else we have. The King of Cups, again, very big emphasis on your emotional intelligence. With the King of Cups, we see you being really in tune with how you feel, and potentially even again, we go back to the idea of, let's say, some of you were in tendencies of people pleasing. This is a month where you decide to put some more boundaries. Maybe this is a month where you are having deep chats with people, sharing what's on your heart. Maybe this is a month where you're finding for when you are able to forgive and move on, or where you are deciding to move away and walk away. Whatever it is, your emotional intelligence is very high this month. You can rely on that, and you can follow your heart and it will not lead you astray as to how you're meant to navigate relationship with others and how you're meant to navigate your whole life as well. This could also be the month where some of you are deciding to talk to someone, a professional, a counselor, a therapist, whatever. That could bring you a lot of healing and a lot of power to you. So I see this King of Cups as potentially another person bringing a lot of healing and support in your life and helping you regain this sense of self and stand up for yourself and helping you make the right decisions for yourself. If that's something, I know it's very specific, but if that's something you've been thinking about, could be a great month for that. Let's see what you're meant to focus on this month. My pile number 3. Queen of Pentacles. Whatever happened this month, try and do what you can to remain grounded. Remember, it's a great month. At work, you're thriving. People are seeing you. People are finding you. People are seeing you shine. At home, there's a sense of accomplishment, of feeling good. There's also an invitation to look ahead and to expand and to go on this adventure or quest in your sense of self, in your dreams, in your hobbies, in your activities. So with this Queen of Pentacles in the sense of focus, you are being reminded to do what you can to remain grounded. So this is about what can you do every single day to come back to your body, to come back to the present moment, to not spend too much time in your head, but maybe come back to the here and now through going for a walk, through stretching, through, I don't know, dancing to your favorite music, through cooking yourself a nice meal, through making yourself a nice cup of tea, through petting your dogs or playing with your kids, whatever it is, how giving yourself a nice bath. What can you do every single day to take a moment to really be in the present moment, in the here and now, and to ground yourself back into your body? That's also going to be very useful for you to navigate this particular month and going to bring a sense of fulfillment and comfort as well, which is lovely. We're going to look at the oracle cards I pre-pulled for you guys. We're going to see what comes up. So of the first card that you chose, and now it makes a lot of sense, remember we had exchange. And so really, now that we've looked at your cards, this is really the month where my pile number 3 is reevaluating the way that you communicate and engage in your interpersonal relationship, the way that you exchange energy with others. And if you feel like in certain relationships and certain dynamics, the exchange is unfair and you are giving more than you're receiving, this is a month where you're making the adjustments to change that. So everything is making sense. I love when that happens. We know now why you were called to this particular card, my pile number 3. Okay, let's see what else. In terms of advice, we have strengths. That's your also your archetype for the month, strengths. So you are being called to, again, for me, very related to this King of Cups. This is your emotional intelligence. This is your resilience. This is an encouragement to follow your heart, to not doubt yourself, to trust in your ability to make the right decision, to stand up for yourself. Remember, you had the King of Wands as well. The idea of putting some better boundaries, the idea of knowing your worth, right? Very important for the month of September. We love that. Okay, what else do we have? We have Underworld. For me, this is related to an invitation to, again, potentially explore some subconscious tendencies and habits, specifically relating to how you deal with others. Remember, we had the King of Cups saying that this month is a great month to tap into your emotional intelligence, to dive deep into your behavior, specifically relating to how you communicate with others, how you engage with others in your family life, friendships, romantic life. And this ability to go deeper is also going to give you the opportunity to make the changes you need to feel happier as well in those particular relationships, whether you decide to walk away, whether you decide to forgive, whether you decide to explain yourself, have a deep chat, share with someone your thoughts, whatever it is. There is a sense of healing as well coming that really stems from your ability in the month of September to go deeper in your subconscious, tune into that part of yourself, that deeper part of your soul. Okay, so really profound month of September for my pile number 3. Very different from my other piles, but beautiful energies. Okay, last oracle card. What do we have? Nourishment while waiting. Okay, I love that card. This is an invitation to care for yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of your heart, right? We see this beautiful little mouse in a heart. We see this little chick who is waiting to be nourished. I see this as your inner child, almost as yourself. And this is an encouragement for my pile number 3 to take care of you, to nourish yourself. I'm hearing nobody will take better care of you than you. Don't forget yourself this month. Take care of you. Do what you need to do so that you feel nourished, so that you feel at peace, so that you feel good, so that you feel supported, so that you feel loved, so that you feel empowered. Don't forget to take care of yourself and make the changes you need and have the conversations you need so that you can feel supported and nourished, because you deserve to be surrounded by people who see you for you. And if those people are not taking care of you, then this is your invitation to take care of yourself first. Okay, do not forget to put yourself first. My pile number 3. It's not being selfish. It's not being self-centered. You can't pour from an empty cup. Take care of yourself. Pour love into yourself this month is also going to be very important for my pile number 3. Something that I feel like some of you need to hear. We're going to wrap things up with a little mantra. This is a fun little affirmation deck I got recently. You're going to see it very empowering, very fun. So let's see. Last advice from my pile number 3. Your little mantra or affirmation for the month of September. What do we have for you guys? Look, I can't make this up. I am strong. You literally had strengths, and I know my worth. And if that's not King of Wands energy, I don't know what is. So I'm strong and I know my worth. That is your mantra for the month of September, and I think that is a perfect summary of absolutely everything that we have talked about. So that's awesome. I love that so much. Beautiful, beautiful synchronicities. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna finish here. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you enjoyed this board I made, trying to do things a little bit differently. If this reading resonated, if it brought you anything of value, don't hesitate to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Those are all free ways to support my work. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. It's always a joy for me to read the cards for you, so thank you for being here. And until next time, I'm wishing you a beautiful month of September. I'm sending you so much good vibes, and keep navigating the waves of your soul. Bye!